Hello and welcome to Tits Out Tarot. I'm your host with the ghost Tanahmera, and I'm back to showcase another one of my decks. This is the Sharknosis deck. Okay, I'm so excited about it. It comes in a tin. There's no image on the bottom like with my other decks. You know how I've got an image front and back for y'all to display them. Well, this one is, I'm going to just do this because the symmetry's bugging me. This one just has like image on the front. Okay, so it comes in a tin. I'm gonna tell you, these are not smelling salts, y'all. The smell of the ink from these cards, because they're laser printed, or the whatever it's called, the toner, that's it, the toner, is very fucking strong when you first open this. Okay, and they come shrink wrapped, but you can still smell it. Okay, so do not hold it up to your face like this. Like, these ain't smelling salts, y'all. Like, it smells awful, and well, not awful, but it's not pleasant, okay? So it'll just be like, ugh, you know? You don't want it. So just keep in mind, these things have to air out. They were printed and then cut and then, like, just about hot off the press. After a short cooling period, they were shrink wrapped and shoved in a tin and then shipped to y'all. Okay, so they need to air out a bit. So I just wanted to warn you guys, because it's the same with the ones that come in the boxes or shrink wrapped. Any new card deck, okay, it has that. If they're printed by MPC, Make Playing Cards, it has that scent to it, and I do know what's up with that. You know, it's the toner in the printer. So, and the gloss coating. The gloss coating that they put on the cards is, or whatever coating spray they use, is very potent. Okay, so these, let me just refer to my notes, because these are, how many cards are in here? Oh, I forgot. Is it 43? Oh gosh, I can't remember how many cards there are in here, but there's 5 suggestions on each card. It's just over 40 cards, okay? And there's 5 hypnotic suggestions on each card, self-hypnotic suggestions, okay, to repattern your brain. Now, they're not, the order they're in is alphabetical, so what you'll need to do is, like, lay the cards out. Okay, let's say you're targeting, and I only advise you target one specific problem at a time. Okay, not several per day. Just take one and work on it for 2 to 3 weeks, even longer if you feel the need to do that. Okay, and you just pick out, I don't know, whichever suggestions you feel will target whatever problem you're working on, repatterning, you're thinking about. Okay, so you just write down the suggestions that'll work for that, and then use those suggestions on yourself. Now, you must say them out loud to yourself in your own voice, because your brain will resist anybody else saying it to you. What I recommend you do is you take your cell phone and you either record yourself with a video player or a voice recorder saying the suggestions to yourself, and just play it back to yourself on a loop that way, or just do it manually. Sit and you can either memorize the solutions and use them in your meditation, right? Or you can read them to yourself every time. Okay, so do that, and that's how I reprogram my brain. Anyways, I recorded my own self, right, with some background music. I don't recommend the background music anymore because it distracts you. But the commands must be said to your brain by your own voice out loud. You must hear your own voice command it. Your brain will only take orders from you. Okay? With zero resistance. Okay, and you may come up against a little bit of resistance at first, okay? Because your inner critic has been having a good time fucking saying fucked up shit to you, but you're repatterning your inner critic. So your inner critic becomes your inner supporter, or your inner cheerleader, or your inner champion, or your inner hero. Okay, that's what we're doing here. So these are in alphabetical order, so the suggestions on them are going to seem very unrelated. Okay, so it's just because I didn't want to put them in boxes, because every one of these suggestions can be used for multiple problems to target multiple issues. Okay, otherwise I would have categorized them and put them that way, but good God, you would have had a stack of cards this long had I done it that way. So, you know, with things repeated, which I didn't think would be useful, so I put them in alphabetical order. Okay, so this is what they look like. Enough blah blah blah. Aren't they cute? Look at that shark. He's the same shark that's on this here, but in a different filter, right? And different background. So, and then the hypnotic part, where the hypnotic suggestions are, small text, okay? But I use the same shark as my ZenSharkism, because this is light work, okay? So that's a yin-yang shark image, right? Light, shadow, light, shadow. So, yeah, this is about integration, right? That's why I make light work and shadow work decks. So, and they're all to be used together, okay? It's a whole process. All of these cards work with each other. They support each other. They, you know, clarify each other. They're awesome decks. And they work with regular tarot and other oracle decks. So, okay. But this particular deck is for self-hypnosis. And yes, I'll be using this in conjunction with mudras and things like that in future collective reads and cusp reads, okay? Not this first set that I'm pulling off of the cusp readings, but I mean, because these things are here, come on, I want to play with them too. And I know y'all could use a demo of how these actually work. So what I'll do is I'll probably do a whole other line of cusp readings and where I use my decks and show you how they work together, okay? Or they work individually as well, obviously. Okay, so here we go. This is your... Just pause the video to read what's on the cards. Okay, don't copy this stuff out. Just honestly, this deck is the least expensive of my decks. Okay, because it's got the smallest number of cards in it. But I'm going to hold two at a time. It's just easier for me. Okay, so this is going to be the shortest little walkthrough video that I've done. These ones I didn't flip or reverse the images for once. So they're in the same spot. I only have a couple decks like that. Oh, I don't remember. Yeah, that way. Well, I don't need to keep them in order because I'm about to use them after in some collective readings and stuff. But for the purpose of the video, I apologize if you're not seeing them in alphabetical order, but they are written that way, right from A to Z. So I'm not even sure if I have any Z suggestions on here, but every one of these suggestions starts with I am, because I am are the two most powerful words in the world. Whatever you say after that, your brain fucking believes you. Okay? So there's no shitty suggestions in this card. There's nothing that your brain will reject. It's all positive stuff. Okay? And this is it'll help with anything, honest to God. Especially those of you who are hyper self-critical. I don't even know if that's an actual fucking term, but if your inner critic is just like abusive to you and says mean things, or the way you think about yourself and talk to yourself is horrible and abusive or toxic in any way, this targets that too. Okay, you're literally reprogramming your brain with these cards. That's why it says self-hypnotic suggestions to repattern your brain. You are repatterning your opinion of yourself. Okay? And although some of these seem a little grandiose, the reason they're there is because it's the opposite of the abuse, the severity of the abuse, the severity of the harm you do when you think things like if you have a habit of calling yourself stupid or an idiot or whatever, you know, these say the opposite, that you're brilliant, that you're intelligent, you know. So like, let's say you think you're stupid, or you feel like people think you're stupid. I'm intelligent, you know. There's all kinds of, I'm telling you, suggestions in there that'll combat that. Or if you feel worthless, you know, I'm valuable, I'm purposeful. I know exactly what I'm doing here. I've done it to my own self, okay? And I didn't go to school to learn any of this. I did it to myself out of absolute necessity because I was stuck in a constant state of reaction. I used to suffer from complex post-traumatic stress. And I was just, you know, just in a bad way, and I got tired of living like that. Like, I mean, you'll drive yourself to suicide if you keep letting your inner critic bully the shit out of you. So this does the opposite. This retrains your inner critic to start supporting you and uplifting you and empowering you, which is what it's supposed to do. A malfunctioning inner critic is abusive. Okay? I don't know how else to word it, but I think that summed it up. I may have skipped a card or two in here, but again, I'm used to holding up very large decks with a lot of cards. So I may have missed a card or two because although the cards don't stick together the way I'm picking them up because of my nails, I'm trying not to make any tapping noises or scratching noises. Okay. See, like right there, I grabbed 2 instead of 1. Alright, so I hope this deck serves you better than I intended to. I hope just looking at them helps you with a lot of things you're dealing with. It's a great deck to have, great tool to have at your disposal. And I would recommend too, okay, like if you feel like you need more than what's in this deck, write your own, but keep it. You'll notice in these decks there's no hyphenated words because the brain rejects them. There's no hyphenated words, there's no words with apostrophe, there's no negative words. So no, not, don't, won't, can't, shouldn't, wouldn't, couldn't, none of that's in there, okay? Ain't, stupid words like that, the brain rejects those words. Okay? Alright, so that's it. That's the whole deck right there. And they fit nice and not snug, okay? They come out real easy from the tin. Just like that. So, I hope this serves you better than I intended it to. And I hope just seeing them helped you. And I'm about to end this video so we can get to doing this deck. Because I've already done the video for this one. This is called Sharkology 101. Okay, so that video is already up for you to see. These are the sharkery decks. I've already been through those. Those decks, there's already videos for all of these 4 decks. Okay, but those decks have all been revamped now. So I've done some changes to them. I fixed any typos on all of them. Okay, this one, there's a whole new back. This one I just fixed the typos. This one, there's new font just on the back, not the front. And I fixed any typos there. There was just one that I missed, but it's fixed now. And the old deck no longer exists, so you know, the only things that's available is the decks that have been edited. And then this one I changed the font on the back, and I changed the images to even them out, because I had more facing one way than the other. So I've got them all evened out now because of my OCD, right? So I didn't know that was a problem until I got my prototype. So I was like, what is going on here? This is not how I ordered these cards. But I went on the thing and I saw, oh my gosh, yes I did. I skipped over a couple, or I didn't notice or something. So, all right, so we'll be back to, this is the Intuitive Activation Oracle, right? So this is the one to unleash your superpowers. So, yep, we'll be back, and I will get this video up online for y'all to see. And thank you to all who love and support my channel. Thank you to anyone who's ever bought one of my decks or ever will. I love and appreciate that so much, because holy crap, like, these are great decks, and I would really like for them to get out there. And I'm not very huge on advertising, so I do my best with the social media platforms that I have, but I mean, like, I can't afford to tell Facebook to boost my posts and all this other shit, and I don't want people feeling like forced to look at my ads, because I know when I see somebody's ads for their shit over and over and over and over again, like, I don't know, I feel like someone's trying to program me shit. So I don't do that to people. I don't boost my posts on social media. I blog them, I put it on Twitter, I put it on, you know, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube, and that's it. So, all right, y'all, I'll be back with another video doing this deck. So this was this deck right here. We love it. Okay? All right, I will talk to you soon. Bye for now.